Good evening. We're ready for I can't wait to share with you this online fun fold card class. We have been, over the last 12 days, skipping some Sundays, I've posted videos for the 12 days of Christmas. And I absolutely can't believe that we are at the 12th day. I feel like it's day one, but I also feel like it's last January in some ways. But stamping has gotten me through some really crazy, head spaces through COVID. So I hope that it does you too. Tonight, you're going to watch the 12th day of Christmas video. It'll probably take less than an hour, maybe 30, 45 minutes. And you're going to really see some things that you're going to want. So the good news is, and if you're here, say hi, speak. I know it takes a little bit of time for people to find us. So especially I'm in an event on my page. So I definitely, people continue to find us here in this page. So speak, tell us where you're from. I'd love to meet you here on Facebook. Now, the way the card class works is you watch the card class tonight. That's all you have to do is sit back, grab a beverage, grab some dinner, enjoy. And then if you see some things you like, which I think you will, then if you put in an order between now and Friday, okay, the end of Friday, then you will get the card class make and takes for free. And that includes 2 of each card, so 6 cards with a $35 or more order. So that's exciting. I think you'll love that. Now, let me turn you guys around and we will get started. Hey, Dottie. Oh, you're from Kansas. Yay. I've certainly been to Kansas, and we have some relatives in Kansas City. I'm sure it's pretty cold there. All right, you guys feast your eyes on these beautiful cards that we're going to make tonight. I'm going to grab something to show you that I'm super excited about. And I just realized something. Whoa! Avalanche. I just realized something even more exciting about what I'm going to show you. So I was going to show you guys this anyway. Make sure the people can find us. Okay. So if you haven't seen our, let me do this. I want to make sure that people can find us. So I'm going to try to share our video onto the page so that everyone can see it. Let's see if that works. Technology. Gosh, light years of technology that we've learned. Hi, Mom. During COVID. So everyone will catch us and catch up with us here. So, exciting news. I was happy to show you guys this kit. It is a great kit for people that are new to stamping or people that are not new and just want to press the easy button. It's called the Tags Buffet Project Kit. And the exciting news that I can share with you that I just learned a few hours ago is this kit is actually on half price right now. If there are any left, I disclaim that because when we have deals like this on clearance items, things go fast. So I think I told you that in the email if you registered for this class to go ahead and get your orders in because these things are going quickly. So this is a tags kit that makes this many, 30 tags, okay? And just to give you perspective for how big the tags are, this is what they look like on a card. So they're quite large, okay? They'll look gorgeous on your gifts, But when you get the tags kit, it's regularly $30 now for only $15 in the clearance rack, or actually in the year-end closeout. So go to the shop, make sure you check the clearance rack and the year-end closeout for all the deals. But you want to also either have a sentiment set that has some Christmas sentiments in it. Really, lots of Christmas sentiment sets will do. But this set called Tag Buffet, which is 153612, goes specifically with this kit, okay? But again, you could get by with a Christmas greeting set in red or green ink. So the colors here are real red and shaded spruce. So a great kit, and now at a huge deal. So that's exciting, and I hope you'll take advantage of that deal and grab some of those kits. Even if you're done with your tags for this year, heck, at that price, you could make your tags for next year. And think about, you'll look back on 2020 and say, take that, 2020, I've already got all my tags made for next year. Okay, now make sure and holler. Oh, yay, Chris is here. I'm glad you found us, Chris. It's always tricky to find me. I'm in so many different places, but hopefully everyone will be able to find us here on our page. Let's see. Let me refresh and just see if I can get a look at how it looks. All right, I'm going to pin this to the top. Okay, now that's at the top of the page, so hopefully. All right, Terry, so glad you found us. All my friends are showing up. Okay, oh, you saw my cheat sheet over there. All right, so tonight we're going to make these fun fold cards, all right? And the stars of the show tonight are my bone folder, which makes nice, good creases. It's not very well dressed because it's dirty, but that's because I use it a lot. And the scoring tool. So it's kind of hard to see at such a far away, but this is a great investment for your stamping your stamping space if you don't already have it. Let me know too if you're brand new to stamping. I'd like to know, or if you've stamped before. That's okay, Terry. It takes a lot of people a while to get on here, and you know it takes me a while to get to the stamping part. I just want to make sure that everybody is on the same page. All right. So don't forget the clearance rack and the retiring products. In this video that you're watching right now, I've posted the link to order, and I've posted the link to watch a video, a very short 6-minute video about what's retiring from the holiday catalog. So you guys, this is our holiday catalog. And there are so many things that are retiring. Everything that's highlighted is retiring, okay? So lots to say goodbye to in here. But I've put a link to a YouTube video that I did yesterday on the 11th day of Christmas to show you all the things that are retiring. So you can watch that if you're curious. Okie dokie. Now, let us get started with fun fold number 1. Now, I don't do as many fun folds as I should. They're so fun, and I guess I just get quick and easy. And then while I was doing this class, I was like, this is really quick and easy. It's just a different way, right? It's just doing what we do a different way. So let's go ahead and start with this card. This is Joy to the World is what's stamped on here. And this could be a card, or it could even be like a mini photo album. So you could put little photos and really wow your family or friends with that card. All right. And the stamp set we're using tonight is called Itty Bitty Christmas. It's 15513. Now, you guys are going to have typed up instructions with all of the things that I used tonight and a link to purchase everything that I've used. So don't stress about writing all this down because you'll get the instructions in an email shortly out. All I need to do is upload the video. The PDFs are done. So within, say, 30 minutes to an hour, you'll have what you need. You could also substitute this stamp set called Itty Bitty Greetings. All right. Very similar. It's in the annual catalog, and you could use this also, or really any stamp set that has small sentiments. Okay, and then the other star of our show tonight is called Feels Like Frost Designer Paper. All right, I've kind of hacked it up quite a bit here, but we've got some photographic images of wintry scenes, which just make me want to go build snowmen in the snow. But on the backs of every page are these cool silver and white images. I forget about the backs because I'm always so taken away by the front of the designer paper. We have this pretty ice. So gorgeous winter scenes. I have seen wonderful sympathy cards made with this set of paper. It's a 6x6 stack, by the way. I've also seen it paired with, my friend Patience paired it with the stamp set called For Unto Us, which is a gorgeous religious stamp set, and it makes wonderful cards. So you need to get a pack of that. It's called Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper. Of course, I'll send you the paper that you need if you put in your order. But if you want to make multiples of these, then that's one of the things that you'll need. Okay, so let us get started. Now, this card uses Night of Navy and Seaside Spray and our designer paper. So those are all the papers that are participants in this card. And we are going to start with our scoring. Okay, so let me pull up my instructions here. I typed out the instructions so I would be able to do this for you. Now, a lot of times I'll do this ahead of time, but since it's a fun fold class, then you need to see what we're doing, okay? So I'll tell you, this piece is, let me scroll up a little bit, 8.5 by 4 1/4, okay? Hold on. It's not. Hold on. Let me make it be 8.5 by 4 1/4. Please hold. We would have figured that out pretty quickly. So you get to watch me use my paper cutter. I know you were wishing to watch me use my paper cutter. So 8.5. Now it's 8.5 by 4 1/4. Set that over there. I'm sure I'll need it again. All right, 8.5 by 4 1/4. And we're going to score this at 4 1/4 and just fold it in half. So this is kind of like, I think of this as like our book cover, okay? Now this piece is actually 12 by 4, and we're going to score it at 4, and we're going to score it at 8, okay? So that's how you're going to make your fun fold. All right. Do you guys like fun fold cards? I think they're fun. All right. We got to spice up 2020. You know, we got to just beat it. Okay, now this is in my instructions. I refer to the mountain valley fold. And what I mean by that is mountain, valley. Okay, so this is your mountain. This is your valley. I usually just kind of get my paper close and I take it and I fold it this way. So this is where your fun folding comes in. Now, anytime you're fun folding, you're going to crease with your tool, your bone folder. And then you're going to fun fold this way and crease it again. Okay, you want it to be nice and creased. And let's go ahead and give this a good crease. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and attach this piece to the back panel here. Okay. So this is going to just attach right here, and that's it. You're not trying to attach it anywhere else, just in this one place. So I find it's easier to just kind of flip that over. And this is a moving part, so we're going to use Stampin' Seal, and we're going to put it all the way around, okay? And we're going to make sure we do this properly. There we go. Okie dokie. So you're going to stick that piece in there like so. Okay, and then it's going to open. Voila. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our, first we're going to do our first stamping, and you can use any of these stamps. I liked this Celebrate the Season. So we'll find that, and we're going to stamp that. Everything that we're stamping tonight is with Night of Navy, which is fantastic because I love it when we're doing a card class where we can use one color, because that means you can be most successful with buying the supplies that you need for class. So you can get the one, hey Dawn, you can get the one ink color, and you can make all of these projects. Okay, so Celebrate the Season. Isn't that crisp and nice? Doesn't navy and seaside spray go together so well? I think so. All right, now we have 4 2x4 strips of designer paper of the back side of the Feels Like Frost, or the front, depending on which is your favorite piece. So I'm going to just adhere these like so. Now, one thing I've learned, it's always good to watch what I do so you can learn how not to do something. When you're adhering these little strips, then you want to adhere it just shy of that fold, okay? If you get it right in that crease, then it kind of buckles up a little bit. So just, I wondered when I looked at the person that made this, why she did that, and then I realized that's why. You want to leave a little bit of space there on that fold. And then I'm going to put this piece here. I love my Stampin' Seal Plus. Actually, I'm using Stampin' Seal tonight. So that's how that goes. All right, you're all good to go there. Now, let's go ahead. I have to just look at the instructions. Just look at my other card. We're gonna, and I have lots of pictures. This card has 4 pictures in the PDF. So you won't be confused, trust me. Especially if you watch the video with the PDF, then you'll be good to go. All right, so there's all of our designer paper is down, okay? Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna enter our gleaming ornament punch pack. I love a punch because punches are quick and easy, and I love anything that's quick and easy. So this gleaming ornaments punch pack is fabulous, and it is on the list of things that are retiring. So you want to make sure and have that in your collection before it's gone for good. Now I'm going to use this big punch to punch out one silver ornament with this pattern. And then I'm going to use another punch to punch out, let me find a bigger, here's a bigger piece. Oh, this is the smaller punch, sorry. I'm going to punch a little ornament here and get those ready. Well, I'll just go ahead and stick them down. So we're going to stick that down with the dimensional. I put this one here. And then this guy, I put 2 on him because he's a little bit bigger. And he's going to go right here. Okay, so there's your little ornaments. Okay, so your inside of your fantasticness is done. Sorry. Now we're going to go and work on the outside. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let that. Actually, I'm going to put it over here for now because we got to do some cutting. All right, now I've already cut our square of, well, I say I cut my square. I guess I didn't cut my square yet. So we need a square of of Seaside Spray that's 4x4. Yes, 4x4. Okay. Let me see if y'all can see that. I always want you to be able to see what I'm doing on the cutter here. 4x4. And that's going to go on the outside. I'm going to keep that cutter close because we're going to need it. So make sure, okay. Stick down my Seaside spray to the front. Voila. It's a nice little layer. And then we're going to use our gorgeous Joy to the World stamp with this snow scene. Okay. Now this designer paper is going to be 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So let me show you that here. Now, when you're cutting this piece, I like to first cut it off this. I like to kind of look and see what part of the scene I want. So I know I want this side because there's more prettiness over here. So I'm going to cut my 3 3/4 this way. And then if I cut 3 3/4 this way, then I'm going to have a lot of snow and a lot of sky. So I'm really happy with that. Just when you're using this photographic paper, don't hesitate to kind of work it around to where you like the scene. All right. And your card may have this pattern, your set, and it may have another pattern very similar in your card kit. Now you will need the stamp that says Joy to the World. We're going to stamp that in Night of Navy. And the cool thing about this photographic paper is there's usually a nice spot somewhere in it that we can stamp. And that's that. So we're stamping directly on that designer series paper. And that's going to go straight down with Stampin' Seal to our base front panel. And that is our cool fun fold. It is beautiful, DSP Dawn. I agree. Does that look like something you guys could do? Do you feel confident that you can make that fun fold now that you've seen it? It was harder at first when you saw it and you were probably like, oh gosh. But then once you see me do it, it's really not that hard, right? It's just cutting and scoring in the right place, which I'm going to be doing the cutting and scoring when you earn the card class. So all you're going to have to do is stamp and fold. So that will be a plus. All right. Card number 2. Let me see if there's anybody hunting us that can't find us. Let's see. Let me see. Jewel is looking for us. I'm going to tag her in the class. Let's go back. We're going to do this card next. So you guys take a gander at that beautiful thing. And let me find her. Jewel. All right. Very good. And if you ever can't find us, no worries. You can always find us on the replay. So I will email out the replay for this class. So if you register, you'll get the replay. Terry, you're right. It is just doing it. And I just really made myself do it because if you guys have come to my classes, I do typically just do simple things. And I challenged myself and I believe it worked well. So, all right, this next card, I'm calling this the Matchbox fold. It's probably not called that, but it reminds me of a matchbox. So the neat thing is you open it and this part comes up like that. So isn't that fantastic? I love it. And that tucks right in there. Okay, and I've opened and shut that multiple times, so it's got plenty of life in it. All right, let me put my pieces aside and we'll get to scoring. So this piece is, let me discover, this piece is 4 1/4 by 11. Okay, so our standard card size. And we're going to score it at 3 3/4 and 9. Okay, keep in mind we're going to have all these dimensions on your email. So just sit back and enjoy. 3 3/4. Now, if you haven't registered for the class but you're watching this video, then you need to message me your email, because once the class starts, you can't register. So message me your email so that I can add you to the list. Okay, so 3 3/4 and 9 is where you're going to score that. And then on your Whisper White piece, you're going to score this at 3/4. Okay, so that's right here. And I believe that's all the scoring we're going to do there. So you got to get that scoring tool. It's like 30 bucks. It's totally worth it. All right, now this is actually going to fold up from the bottom. And this is going to fold down from the top. And this flap is going to fold back. Okay. Alrighty. Now, the small part goes at the bottom, just like a matchbox. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and do our stamping first. We need a scrap of white, which I have. And this. So that's what we're going to stamp on. So we're going to use our, one of my favorite stamps in here is the stamp that says Believe. I just love it because it has the little star. We're going to use Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And then inside, where did it go? Oh, we're going to use From Our House to Yours. You could choose any combination, but I thought those three kind of went together. All right, so From Our House to Yours is going to go right here inside the card. So it's going to go just under that fold. Then the little Believe is going to get stamped right on some paper, white Whisper White. And, ooh, I shook that a little bit. Let's try that again. And you're going to need to stamp it towards the bottom of your paper so that you can come in here and use your punch. I don't know how many times at card class we would stamp it right in the middle, and then it would be like, oh no, I can't get to it. So keep in mind that you need to stamp it towards the bottom of the paper. I'll punch it for you, but if you're punching at home, then that's that. Now, just a little secret. I wanted to have a little silver top to that, so I'm going to do what I would call paper piecing. I'm going to punch out this little piece of the ornament, and I'm going to use my paper snips. So when you get your kit, you'll just have this whole piece, but you're going to snip that off. And if I just gave you that little snipped piece, you would lose it. And you're going to use a glue dot or multi-purpose glue and just stick that down to the top of your ornament. So that just gives it a little extra fling and bling, which we always like. Okay, and then we're going to stamp our sentiment across the top. Across the banner, and it says Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So, hey, if you get these cards out after Christmas, you're still good. You're still good. And a good thing that was a banner because, oh my goodness, I stamped it upside down. Not that it really matters, does it? Okay. Now we're going to use our paper snips and we're going to cut in just a tiny bit here and make that little V. Again, cut in, make that little V. Okay. And that's what goes on your front. So now we've done all the stamping and cutting. Now we're just assembling. So get this stamp out of the way so I don't make a mess. Alrighty, we're going to adhere. So let's start on the inside and work our way out, okay? So this is what I called in my instructions the upper fold. So your goal is to glue this white piece just above the fold, okay, like this. So you want to take it down, put some seal here, and then adhere it in the center just above that fold, okay? And that gets tucked into your little flappy flap, okay? Now we're going to put a piece of smoky slate. I love navy and smoky slate together. They're just like the perfect match. And smoky slate really goes well with all of this silver in this paper. So that's why I chose that over gray granite, in case you are wondering. It's like a silver that doesn't shine. All right, now on this piece, this is actually the piece that has both function and prettiness. So we're going to fold this around the back, and that's what's going to hold our flap closed, okay? So, and I used just seal back here. This may drive some of y'all crazy. If it does, then you can put a white strip over it, okay? It doesn't bother me. Like, I don't care if someone sees the back of my card and is like, ooh, it's not pretty, because it's the back. Like, they're going to be so wowed by the front that they're not even going to care about the, ooh, I did that crooked. They're not even going to care about the back. Don't worry. Let's straighten that out a little bit. Okay. So there's your front. Voila, pop that out. Okay. Now, when you close this, this is how you're going to know where to put your ornament. Okay. Man, I really got that cattywampus too. Are y'all dying on that? I'm laughing. Let's reposition. That's the cool thing about our adhesives is they're pretty forgiving and they let us redo. Okay. Much happier now. All right. Now, let's go ahead and put this down, and then I'll tell you about that ornament. We're going to stick a little dimensional piece on the back of that. Pop that here. All right. Now, this is, I wouldn't say tricky, but this is important to pay attention here. If you were at class, I would say, okay, everyone listen. We get to talking at class, and we miss some things sometimes. But since you're on Facebook, I'm telling you, pay attention. So we want to put the dimensional here, okay? Not here, all right? It need, or you can put it on the lower edge of your ornament if you want to think about it that way. And then that dimensional does not need to be involved in this navy situation. So this dimensional is the glue that holds the flap down. Does that make sense? So you put the dimensional on the lower end of the ornament and you place that ornament right where it will keep that card closed. I love a good fun fold, and I really love one that stays closed on its own. So it behaves properly. Isn't that cute? So you could make multiple cards like this. If you've already finished with your Christmas cards, guess what? Start making some spring cards like this. You can move on to the next topic already. All right, card number 3. I don't know what I would call this card. Maybe a peekaboo window card. But it says, thinking of you at Christmas. And then inside it says, lots of love at Christmas. Okay, they're going to look in there and say, aw, Kay loves me. I do. Okay, so this is a cool, cool fun fold that is really not that difficult. All right, let me click over to my final instructions. So we have 2 pieces of Seaside spray that are 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score them at 4 1/4. Well, one of them gets scored at 4 1/4, and then the other one is different. So we're going to score this one at 4 1/4, but the other one is going to get scored at 2 1/8. Let's see, I have to think about this. This is 2 1/4, so 2 1/8. 4 1/4. And 6 3/8. 1, 2, 3. This is where we see if I typed my instructions correctly. All right, and that's all the scoring we need to do here. But this piece, we're going to make it super fancy with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Okay, so we got to make a hole. Now, of course, you may be thinking, well, hey, could I use a punch? I tried. You know, I always want to go the easy route, but you would have to fold the card in half and punch it here. It's not possible. Like I tried, you really can't punch through 2 pieces of paper. So you're going to need to run this through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with a circle die. Okay, so I'm using my layering circle die. And if you don't have the layering circles dies, who are you? I have 2 sets. I like them so much because I want to cut things that much faster. But look at all the circles. Circles for days. Okay, mine are in a mess, and this is how I roll. But this is 2 sets. No, this may be just 1 set. But all the circles, and then the scallops that surround the circles. So if you don't have those, that's a must-have. All right. Let us get our Stampin' Cut. Now, I'm telling y'all, in a box on the floor in my craft room is my baby Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I will be showing that thing soon. I'm super excited that the baby is here. So we have a mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And if you are a happy shopping demonstrator, then you can purchase it now. You can also join Stampin' Up, get a great deal on your starter kit, and you could purchase the little baby emboss machine. So talk to me about that. It's super quick and easy to do, and it's $125 in goodies for only $99. So you're going to want to do that if you haven't already. All right, so we're just going to stick that in the center of our card and run that sucker through. And that just makes a nice little circle. Okay. Oh, sorry. I mean to shake the world there. All right, so now we have our circle cut in our piece. All righty. Now what we're going to do is fold, fold, fold. So this is actually going to fold this way, like a mountain. And then you're going to have 2 valleys. You want to get a nice, good crease here. Okay, so that's how you're making your little peekaboo. Okay? And then this little piece is like so. That doesn't seem long enough. Yep, something is awry. This one is not cut properly. I think I just picked up a piece of seaside spray that's not the right dimension. So let me flop that again. We're going to cut this 5.5 by 8.5. Score at 4 1/4. Yours will come properly. I knew that didn't look right. No telling what happened there. All right. Or a rectangle. Yes, you could cut a square, Terry. You could absolutely do that. You could cut a diamond. I was thinking about that. Like if you don't have the circle dies, then you could just take it and you could cut like, right? It doesn't have to be a circle. Any space will do. You could cut it like that. So you just have to get a cut in there. All right. Now, this stamping, you're going to stamp above and below this fold on the side that you scored once, okay? And I chose the stamp that said, "Lots of love at Christmas." So let's get that out. And this is the little curvy guy. It's so cute. I also think a pretty one would be Peace and Happiness. That's really cute. Have a sugar sprinkled season. There's so many options there. This is a thinking of you card. So lots of love at Christmas. So for a lot of us, there are joyful, happy memories at Christmas, but for some of us, Christmas can be very difficult. So be thinking of your friends that are having a difficult time and brighten their day with a card. All I did was stamp this 3 times below the fold and then 3 times above the fold. So nothing outrageously complicated, just above and below. I just wanted them to be able to see what we stamped through that little window. Okay, and while I let that kind of cool down, we're going to stamp our thinking of you at Christmas onto our ornament. And of course I've shut my ink pad here. And that is going to be stamped right on, punched right with your bigger ornament punch. So I can see that's a little wet. I have it really inky, and there we go. All right, so you're going to punch that out, set it aside. And then I'm also going to do my little tricky trick where I punch out a silver piece here. And I'm going to isolate that with my snips just to give that ornament a little extra flair. Every card has to have something shiny on it. We're just raccoons by nature. Like, we want to see something shine when we're making a card. And let's pick that up. You know what? I think I'll use my take your pick tool and not make this difficult on myself. So let's stick that down where it goes, like so. All right, so we have our cute little ornament cap there. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to take our piece of designer paper. I chose this one that has the pine boughs, okay? And we need 5.5 by 3. So you can choose what section of the paper you want. Cutter, here's my cutter. I think this is the last time you get to see me cut. I know you're sad. 5.5. By 3. Okay. And that little guy, you're gonna stick down to an I already cut this panel that's, let's see. Oh, Night of Navy was 5.5 by 3. The Feels Like Frost is 5.5 by 2 3/4. Aha, I told you. But you are not going to get to see me cut again, but now you are. I want to cut off this side. Okay. Now that little piece is just right. I waited to cut that piece because I wanted to show you that you can isolate whatever piece of that designer paper that you want to show the most. Does that make sense? All right, let's go here. We're going to stick that down like so. I think I'll do it this way. Okay, and then we're going to stick this to the front of our card. All right, and then the final thing we're going to do is pop this on with a dimensional, our little ornament, our brightly gleaming ornament, and it goes right there. So that's the final thing for the front. Now all we need left to do is to adhere our panel, Okay. Now, this is actually easier than you would think. So you're going to put adhesive around the 4 corners of this. I love our new adhesives for fun folds because they're very, they're heavy duty. Like, they don't mess around. So now all we're going to do is line up, this corner, and we're going to use our bone folder to smash that down. And then we're going to line up. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. All right, and then I actually just close this down on top of it for simplicity. And turn this over, and then you can really give it a nice, good smash to get that stuck. Okay? And you are good to go with your pop-up window. Now, the last thing I did was I cut 2 little small panels of designer paper. Somewhere that I buried. I know I did, but I'll just cut them again. Let's see, there are 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So let us do that real quick. 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So let's go 5 1/4 first. 1 7/8 is just shy of 2. And then 1 7/8, it will be just shy of 2 again. Oh, of course that didn't work. Let's get another piece. That'll work. Y'all could probably see that coming. Or like, it's not gonna work. 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Okie dokie. Now these little panels, this is not required, but it just gives it that extra pop. And these designer panels are gonna go here. And here. Okay, you've still got plenty of space to write in here. And you know, if there's a card, like, I can't remember which one, doesn't give you a lot of space to write, you can just stick a Post-it note in there. Like, you don't have to stress about that, or heck, right on the back. But this is just everything, right? So we're gonna fun fold this. Hey Amy, good to see you. We're just wrapping up, but I will certainly, you can watch this replay when it's done, and I will definitely be uploading this video so that you guys can watch it over and over and get our fun fold situation going. Okay, so those are all of our cute cards that we made. Now, make sure, if you haven't registered for the class, then make sure and send me your email, okay, so that you will get all the PDF instructions for the class. You can follow along and make these cards yourself. I want to tell you about something exciting. I'm going to write this out. I want you to write this on your calendar, but we're going to have a bingo class, a new catalog kickoff bingo. You guys, if you're my customers, you know how fun our bingos are. And we're going to make some fun folds, and we're going to use new paper, of course, and that's January the 3rd at 6 p.m. Okay, so watch for sign-ups for that. I went ahead and pulled out the paper that we're going to use. It is this gorgeous Field and Flowers designer series paper from the Celebration. It's awesome. So because I'm a happy shopping demonstrator, I'm already celebrating. So I'm already getting free items with a $50 purchase. That starts for everyone else in January, or you can pull that trigger today and you can get your starter kit. But write this down and watch for signups for this. You can always message me and say, go ahead and sign me up for the bingo. And when the time comes, I will message you and get your payment. It will be, the bingo will be $39, and you will get a whole slew of products in like a goodie bag, and there will be prizes from the new catalog. So that'll be super exciting. Don't forget that to get this card class for free, in case you just joined us, when you put a $35 order in by December 11th, so that's Friday, then you get the card class free, okay? It needs to be at least 35, but I don't know that you need to stop at 35 because there's probably plenty that you've seen here that you need. Make sure and get the bone folder, the scoring tool. I'm going to upload the video with the PDF instructions. I'm going to do that right now. So you should see that in the next hour. Check out the clearance rack. Check out the year-end closeouts. And don't forget to watch the video that I linked to this video of all the retiring products. It's a 6-minute video. So you can scroll past all the video that I did to the 20-minute mark. And that's where your 6-minute video will be. Okay, that was super fun. I'm glad you joined me. As promised, it was just a bit over an hour. Yes, Dottie, I'm so happy that you're going to come. I will get your information and get your stuff from you, so you will love it. Okay, guys, have a great night. The make and takes are, Terry, if you spend $35, you get the make and take kit for this class that we just did free. Okay, so you'll get enough make and take supplies to make 6 cards, 2 of each design. Okay, so just a $35 order, and the link to order is right in this post. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me. Bye.